Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. It is Whiskey Wednesday night. I'm your host, Jason C. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great week. It is Hump Day. That's right. We are here on a Whiskey Wednesday night. We have a lot going on tonight. It's going to be a hell of a show, guys. Not only are we tasting, I'm going to be comparing Larceny C923 with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 23 blind here. I have two blind pours here, and basically what I want to do is kind of compare them. Everyone's been asking me to compare the two, so I figured why not do it tonight. And also, I think as a bonus pour, because everyone's been asking me as well, I think we're going to talk about Pride of Anderson County a little bit. I will kind of taste this along with you guys a little bit here, and at some point, I'm going to have David Jennings come on because, you know, I think he needs to send me a sample of the rye. And we're gonna, you know, kind of go through, you know, both different, both bottles. So I am really looking forward to tonight, also because just looking at the chat. What's up, everybody? Because we are starting the first round of Blendageddon. That's right, but the American whiskey blend category, the big one, the big Kahuna. Everyone that wanted to enter a blend had to abide by the new rules, which was, you can blend whatever you want as long as it's an American whiskey, rye, bourbon, rye, whatever it is. It's got to be an American whiskey, and you cannot use any single barrel store picks or any single barrel group picks. So this will give you guys the maximum opportunity in order to maybe replicate the blend when we see who wins at the end. Tonight we have a very, very special judge coming on, special guest judge, who will be talking through some of the stuff that they're working on. And also some of the stuff about, you know, what you may not know about their brand, maybe. So should be a fun show. So let me know what you guys are sipping in the chat. Cannot wait to hear how POAC tastes, says Minnie Van Dam. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. While you guys are here, I want you to hit that like button, get it out of the way now. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me say hi to some folks in the chat here. We have first and foremost, Mr. Jigs is here. What's going on, Mr. Jigs? Nice to see you, man. My fellow Brohioan. What's up? Sandeep Chima is here. How you doing, Sandeep? Honest Charlie is here. Mark S. Wesley Hughes. Let's take care of business. That's what we're gonna do tonight. Bo's Wine Guy. He's watching the CMAs. Very nice. Jared Brasky's in there. He says big chungas. Big chungas. All right. Ben Drammond, cheers, gang. What's going on, man? Joey B. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. Justin Jenkins in the house. He's got a Warehouse Q in the glass. Nice. Warehouse Q. You don't run across those too often. Nathan Jurgensen is here. What's going on, Nate? Nice to see you, bud. MJ is here. How you doing? MJ, EJ, Lily. Hope you guys are all doing great tonight. T. Jarrett is here. Jeff Perkins. Slapshot. What's going on, man? Oh, that's me. Saying hi. Let's see. John Walker's here. John Perclay is here. What's going on, John? Patrick Corrigan. We got Jack Weaver. Chris Buzalencia. What's going on, Biloxi? Nice to see you, buddy. Wade Borders here. Paul P. Andrew Clark. Joe, the sample guy. We got T. Jarrett. We got Sparty on bourbon. Tim Cornet is in the house. What's going on, Tim? Nice to see you as always. Teddy Ball Game 25. He says it's been sick for 6 days. So I'm going to go one more day to call it a week. Effing still counts. That's fine, man. Hey, Bayou Drams is here. How you's doing? Minnie Van Dan is here. Let's see. Scott Roper, Rare Breed, R2 Bourbon 2. He's sipping the John J. Bowman single barrel for the first time. It's pretty damn good. Salute. I like that. Gary Franchi, what's going on? You beautiful man. EMC is here. What's going on? We have something going on with EMC. We'll get into that in a little bit, guys. We have a couple of opportunities tonight for you to give back to the community, if you so choose to. We got some pretty cool causes going on right now. The Bourbon Jerk is here. Let's see. Wise Guy Stu, what's up? Hey, 21090's here. He says it's not close. Okay, it's not close. And cheers, everyone. Shauna Marie D. Always got to say that. And we're just gonna catch up here. Holy crap. Sergey's here. All right. Whiskey knows. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. I had a very bad sports weekend. Not only did the Falcons lose again because they lost to a quarterback that's been with the Minnesota Vikings, Joshua Dobbs, for about 2 minutes. But then the Mets hired a new coach that was the bench coach for the Yankees. I don't know what's happening. All my teams suck. This is why I drink whiskey. Oh, man. Hey, Black Bourbon family is here. Adam Hinson is here. What's going on? Paul P. Hey, BT is here. What's going on, Brian? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. All right, let's try these two here. I'm going to dive right in here, guys. I'm going to nose these. We'll go through some news stories. There's a bunch of news coming out, a bunch of new releases. We'll taste Pride of Anderson County before we get into our special guest and some Blendageddon blends. We'll see how it goes tonight. You say the Falcons suck like it's a shock to anyone. Yeah, that's true, Bayou Drams. All my teams suck too, says Anthony Orlando. Nick Panisi says, I haven't watched many lives yet. Sipping Michter's 10-year. My first I just got today. Cheers. Very nice. The Vikes game is also why I drink whiskey, but mine was celebratory, says Isaiah Street. Yeah, I could see that. All right, well, 210.90 on the nose right now. Yeah, they're not close. They are not close. Falcons could be good. They need a QB. They need a QB, and they need Arthur Smith, the coach, to get his head out of his ass. He's coaching the team like he's trying to outsmart everyone else. Just freaking run plays that are good for the team. Like, I don't understand it. He gets too cute with his play calling. Yeah, the nose on this class is a clear winner. This is deeper, darker, richer. I mean, this has got to be the Larceny. Yeah, I don't know why so many people wanted me to compare the two, because they were acting like excuse me, they were acting like the Larceny like had a chance maybe. This has to be the Larceny, though. It's got to be. All right, let's try this one, the one I think is Larceny. Man, that's good. I don't think Kyle Pitts is good at football. The Bourbon Jerk, well, they don't really pass it to him much either. You know, I just, it's hard to grade any player on the Falcons because the last 3 years, the offense has been so inept. So I can't like even Bijan Robinson this year. Everybody knows how good he is when he has the ball. However, they barely, he only had, 8 or 9 touches last week. Why are you giving your first round pick so few touches? I don't understand it. Kyle Pitts, they barely throw to him. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird offense. I just don't think Arthur Smith has figured out how to use everybody. All right, let's try this glass here. Oh, yeah, that's not close. Yeah, for anyone that was saying that, Larceny and ECBP C923, you got to try it. It could be really close. Like, no, it's not close. I agree with 210.90. If that's Todd, I agree with you, man. Yeah, dude. This has got to be, if this is not Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I'm going to freak out. This is just chocolate covered. This is like drinking a Snickers bar in a glass. It is so good. I don't remember the Larceny C923 tasting like that at all. You know what? I'll say this. What is this? Yeah, this is the Larceny. This is Larceny Barrel Proof. This is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And yeah, it's not really close. However, I feel like everybody's always quick to compare and jump to compare different bourbons when Larceny has come a long way, but don't come swing at the king. Yeah. Yeah, they're totally different. I just think that I think people are so quick to compare, most notably, and I mentioned this on my Little Book 7 episode, my Little Book 7 review I did, how I do think some whiskeys are just meant to be sipped on its own without trying to compare it to a bunch of different, other bourbons and seeing what's best and seeing what, what overtakes it. I also think that's the case for Maker's Mark cellar aged. Any blind I put Maker's Mark cellar aged and it gets last place. However, I really love that bourbon on its own without any sort of comparisons, just appreciating it for what it is. Yeah, I think Larceny is kind of like that. The Larceny C923, I do think has a really great flavor profile. It definitely won my favorite. It's probably the darkest and the richest of all three of them this year, even though B523 was very good. I think C923 just kind of upped the ante a little bit for Larceny. We have our first super chat tonight. Thank you so much, Quentin King. Late to the stream. What's the comparison on the table right now? Cheers, Jason. It's Elijah Craig C923 versus Larceny C923. Everyone seemed to want me to, completely two different animals. Have you seen? I heard that it dropped in a couple places, Whiskey BS, but it didn't like universally drop everywhere. Now, I'm not really sure what that means. The One Heaven Hill person that I talked to, I haven't spoken to that person in a long time. So I don't know what the deal is with Elijah Craig right now in Ohio. Yeah. Picked up the little book today for $139, pouring it right now, says Britannica. Yeah, when it comes to the Little Book 7, again, that's one of those whiskeys. It needs a little time to open up. It's a crazy blend, but once it does, you are very rewarded with a great sip. And, I might do a whole Little Book lineup one of these days where I just do every single one. Actually, do I still haven't? I do have a number 1, but it's unopened. I don't know if I'll open that one. Maybe I'll do 2 through 7 then. Let's see here. Prescription Bourbon is here, guys. The champ is here. Prescription Bourbon, DMC, Kentucky, or Run DMC, Kentucky, who is the winner of the Franken Blends round in Blendageddon. Congrats. We are we are happy to be among your presence. Let's see here. We got Eugene Nassif's in the house. Eugene Nassif from Cat's Eye Distilling. Eugene, man, I don't. Eugene, where we at with the Butter Pecan blend that we did? I cannot wait for this blend to get to our group. It is so freaking good. That Burai, man. Oh my gosh. So good. Where we at with that, Eugene? Let's see here. Wow, thanks, Jason. I really enjoy Larceny. I've not had a bad barrel proof. I loved it more when it was $12. Regular Larceny. Got it. I think Distro has it, says Eugene. Okay, I hope so. Let's see. I think, okay. All right. Drinking Hardin's Creek Frankfurt right now, and I like it a lot, but Claremont still beats it. Need to find Boston now. So I have Boston on the way, to me. So I did find one. Actually, Shared Pour had it online, so I ordered one. And basically, I think the Claremont overall does beat Frankfurt. However, if you like a spicier profile, Frankfurt is going to be the one that you're going to want to try. I'm curious to see how Boston is. I've heard that Boston is kind of the best of both worlds, so we'll see how it goes. What's the price range for ECBP? Says Marco V. I mean, regular price for that is what now? $65, $70, but you'll see it marked up to maybe $100 the most around usually. All right, so Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. Yeah, it's not close, but Larceny C923 on its own, it's pretty damn good. Since it's Blendageddon, let's blend a little 4-grain action. Let's see how that goes. We'll let that sit here. In the meantime, I'm going to go through some news. I'm going to go through a little bit of news here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give you my first impressions of Pride of Anderson County. This is the collaboration between Rare Character and Rare Bird 101. These are expensive bottles. These come in at a price point of about $500. They are not cheap. I think a lot of people were pretty blown away when they heard what the price point on these were going to be. And, you know, again, there's a lot of factors that go into that. You know, do we wish it was cheaper? Of course. But if you guys do not know the stats for Pride of Anderson County, this is the Kentucky Straight Bourbon. I do not have the rye. This is a 13-and-a-half-year-old Wild Turkey Camp Nelson E selection. Fourth floor, barrel number 2604, 119 proof. So upper, you know, kind of on the higher scale for a Wild Turkey. Now remember, the difference between this and a Russell's pick is not only the 9.8 proof points, but also the fact that it's not watered down like a Russell's is. It's just this is straight out of the barrel, nothing else added or in between. I definitely wanted to get this because I wanted to support Rare Bird. He's been such a great friend of the show for a long time. I've heard great things about the rye as well, but you know, I'm a turkey nut, and of course this comes out and I'm like, oh my God, between this and the Wild Turkey Generations, the Wild Turkey's killing me lately. Seriously. Oh my God. Sipping Booker's Mighty Fine. This bottle really opens up nicely. I think people are underestimating this batch. I agree, Rare Breed. I think the Mighty Fine batch is one of the better batches in the last couple of years, for sure. Hey, fifth quarter tailgates here. We have 316 in the chat. Again, thanks, guys, for chiming in. If you are here, while you're here, please hit the like button below while you're just hanging out. Appreciate it. And if you have not yet, please subscribe. All right, so let's get into a few news stories here. You know, I always like to go through some of the news with you guys, kind of keep you informed and updated on what's coming out. First and foremost, Frey Ranch is getting into the the Red Hot American Single Malt game with this release. This is a smoky whiskey. It's a single malt smoked whiskey. So this is farm to glass. If you guys don't know a lot about Frey Ranch, they are out of Las Vegas. Colby Frey built a smoker from scratch and smoked this grain instead of roasting it before turning it into an American single malt. This will cost $30 for a 375 milliliter bottle, and it's the inaugural expression within the brand Smoked series. I'm not sure what the distribution is going to be here. If it'll be either, let's see. So the next one they say is going to be a smoked, a Frey Ranch rye and smoked oat whiskey. So those are going to be the next two. So yeah. So again, this just goes to show you more and more people getting into the American single malt game. This is just what's going to happen. I've been talking about it. Let's go to the next news story here. And I think this has to do with, do I have that bottle in here? No, I don't. Let me go to the next one. Let's see, skip that one. Oh yeah, we finally have a kind of a press release here for the Gem of Kentucky, kind of a formal announcement. So Gem of Kentucky is what 2XO claims is the only double-barreled, single-barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey on the market. So double-barreled, single-barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey on the market. The offering hosts a suggested retail price of $200. This is from the 2XO stock. So this is Dixon Dedman's brand. He got a high rye bourbon mash bill with a 35% rye mash bill as part of the double barreling process. The whiskey spends additional time in new charred oak barrels with a char 3 and char 4 toast level. This is now it's pricey. This is the most priciest bottle that we've seen from 2XO for $200. This follows the American Oak. Follows the let's see, in September 2XO released American Oak, the brand's first core release within the Oak series. It's an everyday offering meant to be consistent Monday through Friday drinkers. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Are you guys ponying up $200 to drink Gem of Kentucky? Just curious. Let me know in the chat. That's a badass bottle. Aren't there Woodford double oak picks? Yes, there are. But are they? Yeah, they are single barrels. So I don't know. That's kind of a good argument there. I'm not sure. 100%. Yeah, but I don't think they're a single barrel. Yeah, I don't think single barrels are Woodford either, technically, because they're a blend of Old Forester and Woodford Reserve distillate. So I don't think that makes it a single barrel, technically. Adam Hansen says, I can't afford all the things I want right now. That makes sense. All right, let's go to the next one here. We're going to go with this crazy whiskey, which I will say, this is a really cool looking bottle. And this is from good old Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan debuts the Premium Bootleg series, his latest release in the Premium Bootleg series from his whiskey brand, an 18-year bourbon finished in vermouth casks. So Friday, Heaven's Door, the whiskey brand founded by the famous musician Bob Dylan, announced the latest release in its annual bootleg series. This is Volume 5, which is an 18-year-old bourbon finished in Spanish vermouth rouge casks. Vermouth has long been part of the whiskey cocktail culture, and we wanted to capture that essence in this mature bootleg series expression. We chose Spanish vermouth casks to finish the 18-year-old bourbon to provide depth of flavor and complexity. This is bottled at 114 proof, and it's available for $600. I'm not sure where this is sourced from. I am going to guess, for that age, that it's Dickel. I'm just saying, Heaven's Door has used Dickel before. Something that high of age, I'm thinking we're looking at some Dickel here. Just saying. Hard pass on that. 500. So one thing with the bootlegger series is they've been really expensive ever since it first came out. I remember the first edition I saw, and I was like, oh, that bottle's cool. And I remember taking it down, looking at it, and then I saw the price point. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, whose bottle is this? And it ended up being, I had no idea at the time because it looked so different that it was a Heaven's Door release from Bob Dylan. So I don't know. Just, I'm not sure about that one. Vermouth, I'm not going to pay $500-$600 to taste a cocktail in a bottle. Sorry, I don't care how old the whiskey is. It just not happening. All right, let's go to the next one here, guys, real quick. We're going to go to this weirdo bottle. I just pulled this up because I thought it was an interesting story. So this bottle is called Stateless. This company claims it can recreate rare whiskeys using AI, or artificial intelligence, chemical analysis, and advanced technology. Milestone Beverages announced the launch of Stateless Whiskey, a brand that uses science and technology to replicate rare and expensive whiskeys. According to the drinks business, Stateless says its implementation of molecular technology provides a positive benefit of a lowered environmental footprint. So, this will allow customers to purchase bourbons that taste like expensive and rare ones for a fraction of the cost. According to the brand, the finished spirit is transferred to a lab where it's altered by scientists who can change the flavors, aromas, and textures of the spirits. This brand's inaugural release are blended bourbon bottled at 40% ABV and a banana-flavored whiskey set to launch in Asia and Europe. All right. That shit scares the hell out of me. I don't know what that is, what's going on with that, but I want no part of that whiskey. Listen, you know, the good Lord made very, very smart people make bourbon and whiskey all the way back to the 1800s the way God intended, and it shouldn't be messed with after that. I mean, what the hell? Like, and what kills me is that the first whiskey coming out of the gate to be something that we can replicate any whiskey that's out there at a fraction of the cost. You're going to put out a 90 proof bourbon and then a banana flavored whiskey. Dude, come out of the gate being like, hey guys, we replicated Pappy Van Winkle, and here, you can drink it for $20. And then you might spark some interest. Don't come out of the gate with a banana flavored whiskey. What are you doing? Come on. I don't know about all that. Jeff Winbush. Hello, Jason. I want to play a game with you. Yeah, no thanks, dude. That scares the hell out of me. No, thank you. Yeah, Stateless is going to be shelfless, I think. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that on the market. All right, really quick, big news out of MGP. If you guys haven't heard this one yet, but MGP, the CEO of one of America's biggest whiskey producers, just announced his retirement. Here's who will replace him. On Thursday, MGP Ingredients, one of the U.S.'s largest producers of spirits, announced the retirement of its CEO and president, David Colo. Colo's retirement will go into effect December 31st, and he will be replaced by MGP's current Chief Operating Officer and President of Branded Spirits, David Bratcher. He will take over effective immediately on January 1st. So just some little tidbit news there. I mean, I think MGP is doing exactly what it can to kind of keep pace with everybody else. Still, people using them for sourcing. We'll see if the CEO does anything new with MGP. Other quick news hits, guys. Watershed moment for American whiskey. Michter's, so the brand Michter's makes history as the first U.S. distillery to be named World's Most Admired Whiskey. Kind of cool. I'm not really sure what that means to be admired. Maybe people just want to be able to be looked at like Michter's, but they are the let me see. Let me get into this. Let me get into this story a little bit. I want to know what this means. So this says, let's see, and not just any spot, the Kentucky whiskey brand achieved the #1 designation. Michter's beat out runners-up Japan's Yamazaki and Scotland's Ardbeg. The world's most admired whiskeys list debuted in 2021. Drinks International's Academy selects its 10 favorite brands based on price to value ratio, quality, and consistency. So Michter's has quite a busy year. I mean, that's pretty cool for Michter's, I guess. I mean, we had Dan McKee on the show. Absolutely great guy. Happy for them. Gotta love Michter's. And then let me go to anything else here worth noting. No, I just think we're going to start tasting this Pride of Anderson County. But really quick, let's go through some new labels that I caught in the TTB. First and foremost, we got to shout out this beautiful label. This looks like one of the next labels coming up from the Bourbon Junkies and their brand Virtue Spirits. This is their single barrel American whiskey, non-chill filtered. Really cool labels. I love their label design. Great job, guys. Super happy for Dan and Sean. Glad to see that one coming up and get to taste that one. And it looks like another big entry here. Maker's Mark. The wood finishing series is not dead. It is still here, everybody. The wood finishing series is not dead. This is going to be the second chapter of the limited release wood finishing series, where Maker's Mark is going to pursue unique tastes and inspired and all that stuff. Custom finish 2024 taste vision on the bottom left. Man, they love saying taste vision. If you look on the stave profile all the way on the right, a blend of toasted American and French oak staves. Now, I'm pretty sure that the second Maker's Mark release, which was the R2D2-SR5-PR2, whatever that one, the SR5- times PR5 or whatever that release was, I believe that was the same thing. It was toasted staves and French oak blended together. Not really sure how that's going to be different being chapter 2. Are they just trying to roll it out again with new packaging, using the same stuff? Are they doing different things with the staves? I'm not really sure what's going on there. That was a surprise to see. Not really sure. What Makers isn't changing anything? Color me shocked. Yeah, Nathan Jurgen says, this is what I wanted from them. This is a good point from Nathan. I want to see them go all in on age statements, not more of this finished stuff. Like enough's enough. I don't want to hear about your taste vision anymore. I want to see a taste vision for something age stated that's readily available. Put out an 8-year Maker's Mark, readily available. You know what? That might be my next bottles I wish existed. I might work on that next. I'm just saying. Yeah. The sad thing is that if you're talking about what distillery should be the most admired when we should be talking about Springbank, says Cameron Lochner. You know, that's a fair point. It's a fair point, Cam. However, I just don't think Springbank has the universal, what's the word? Springbank isn't loved by everyone universally, I think, as much as, you know, maybe some American whiskeys are. I don't know if that's fair to say. Springbank, again, is delicious, but, you know, Springbank has that weird funkiness to it that not a lot of people like. So I'm not really sure how that would, but as far as like admiration, I could see where you're coming from with that. And I would think I would put Springbank in front of Ardbeg for sure on that list. Let's see. Jason, have you tried any of the Total Wine and More Maker's Mark Barrel Select? Bill Mills, no, but to be honest, I don't think I've had so many of the recipes. I'm sure I've come across some duplicates. Oh, baby, ADHD Whiskey's in the house. Wood finishing series is like my appetite for Swiss cake rolls. It just won't die. Yeah, that's pretty true, Matt. I like that a lot, man. This one I'm super excited for. Guys, it is the Corbin Cash rye whiskey aged 12 years. That's right. A 12-year rye whiskey in a combination of American and French oak barrels. Corbin Cash is one of those brands that I discovered this year, and I am flipping out over it. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to try that release. Hopefully, I can maybe try to get my hands on it. But that bottle looks like it's going to be freaking delicious, so I can't wait. We also have a Rebel 100 with a 6-year age statement. Looks like it's coming out. So that's, it's always nice to see an age statement. Rebel 100, I think, is a good budget wheated bourbon when you're in a pinch. Don't mind that at all. And then I think people lost their mind over this label that hit the TTB. Russell's Reserve, 15-year-old, limited release 2024. So now I'll tell you why this release bothers me a little bit from Wild Turkey. You have Russell's 13, delicious, and that's a blend of usually 13 to 19-year-old whiskeys in that blend. Fine, love it. Everybody loves it. Most people love it. Then you started the single rickhouse thing, which was kind of like, a study in what a few really good prime barrels from one singular rickhouse can taste like. And if you have a favorite rickhouse, that could be like the perfect example of like one of your favorite rickhouses can be. Yeah, $300 is expensive. Of course it is. Then they have Generations that just came out this year for $450. I don't agree with that price point at all. I understand the story. It's an off-profile, very delicious Wild Turkey bourbon. However, the $450 price point is insane. Now you want to bring this to the market. Why am I going to buy this? Because you guys know that bottle right there is going to be at least, if Russell's 13 now is 150, what's that going to be? 200, maybe 250 for that bottle? Will it be as expensive as a $300 the single rickhouse? Will it be in that camp? Will it be mainly 15-year or a blend of 15 to 19 or maybe even older stuff? It's hard to tell, but when you have Russell's 13 that has older age bourbon in it going up to 19 years old, I don't get it. That one in particular just feels like a money grab. Like you don't need it. Just make more Russell's 13 for everybody else. You don't need a 15-year now in order to make everybody just, stir it up in a frenzy. Like that bottle definitely bothers me a little bit. People are going to be clamoring for that. I mean, but look at the bright side. If you don't get that, maybe it keeps the spotlight off of 13 next year. I don't know, but that one definitely feels a little bit like a more of a money grab there. Will it? And the other thing I was worried about, like, will it take away from stocks to make the Russell's 13 less available next year? So I don't know all the logistics that go into that, but this is how my mind works. I just think of every little scenario, what could be happening. And yeah, I just don't get it, man. I think Campari is just going off the rails with coming out with all these premium releases at high prices. And I pretty much know like most distilleries are doing it, but Jesus, like let's pump the brakes a little bit. Like, my goodness gracious. And with that, we're going to try $500 Pride of Anderson County. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, actually, real quick here. Before that, we have to show you a Good Times label. Of course. Look at this. Just in time for the holidays, guys. Good Times with their apple pie cask finish bourbon. Single barrel straight bourbon whiskey finished in apple brandy and amburana casks. Limited, rare release. I actually think that could be kind of interesting. Like the apple brandy and the amburana. I mean, it is basically essentially apple and cinnamon kind of coming together to make like an apple pie. I don't know. That's crazy. It's just, I don't know, man. Some of that stuff, from Good Times. It just blows my mind. All right, guys. Bourbon Barrel, Pride of Anderson County. I'm not going to do a full review here, but I do want to give some first impressions here before we welcome our special guest on. Taste through some other whiskeys that they've been working on, and also get to Blendageddon here. So like I said, 120.8 proof. This is Warehouse E, Camp Nelson E, 4th floor. 13 and a half years old. I mean, yeah, this is, oh man, it is definitely amped up turkey goodness. I mean, that like sweet vanilla cream type note you get, that cherry grapiness that you get from Wild Turkey, a lot of spice. I thought this would be a little bit more oaky. But if you're not a fan of Russell's 13 and maybe you lean more towards the Russell's picks, that's where this actually kind of falls in line. It doesn't get into like this super dense oak note that you would like expect like from Russell's 13. All right, let's give it a try, guys. Here we go. Wow, the spice on that is incredible. The first thing that hits you, that you notice, is the texture of this bourbon. The texture is off the rails. This is probably one of, if not the most syrupy Wild Turkey I've tasted. Wow, it's like sticking to the back of my throat. That's crazy. I mean, again, more of like that orangey, like blood orange type of note that I always get from Wild Turkey, but it's got a ton of spice to it, almost like an orange spice, you know, like a black tea type thing going on. A little bit of that cherry and like some really, really rich caramel notes here. Starting to get like caramel apple here too. This thing is all over the place. But the spiciness of it from front to back is the finish on this. I remember David saying how the finish on this is stellar, and he was not kidding. The finish on this goes on for days. Wow. It kind of takes everything you love about a Russell's Reserve single barrel and just amps everything up to the 10th degree. I really would like this to open up and see how it turns into, because I feel like right now the spice is really overpowering the finish on it. Some of those sweet flavors are trying to come through, and I feel like, man, just a little bit more airtime, this could be really, really special. But right now, man, the sweet flavors are all up front. You get all that spice, a lot of vanilla, a lot of buttercream. Yeah, it's buttery, it's citrusy. It actually has like a salted caramel thing. It's like this salty caramel like tinge to it that's pretty incredible too. Yeah, and then on the finish, man, it's all like that, all the crazy baking spices. Again, this is everything you love about a really good Russell's pick, but just amped up in age, in texture. I think the texture is the best part of this whiskey. One of the most viscous I've had from anything from Wild Turkey. So yeah, there we go. All right, let me catch up to those of you in the chat if I didn't miss you guys. Let's see here. Would you say Heaven Hill released ECBP C923 as a response to B523 and a hedge against market response for future lower age releases? That's a good question, Dylan. I would say yes. And I think we're going to see a lot of that as these batches come out. We'll see what A looks like next year. Will A be an 8-year or 9-year? Will it still have a high age to it? It'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I do think there was a strong response to that one. However, I don't know if they knew the reaction to B523 was going to be so lukewarm. Not a lot of people liked B523 at all, including me. So, I mean, these are made, constantly being created and crafted. So, I'm hoping to get the Conor O'Driscoll, the master distiller at Heaven Hill on the show one of these days. So I'm working on it. Let me go back to the bottom here. Oh, Rarebird 101's here. He's on a plane. Says, wish I could stick around. Yeah, Rarebird, I know you're traveling, but obviously if you're not listening now, we definitely have to come on so we could talk through this. This is really, really cool, man. David Juniak, thank you once again for the time you put into this. Outstanding. Thanks, David. Appreciate that, man. Rarebird is flying. Thanks for tasting it, Jason. Yeah, this is David, you were pretty spot on with the spice of it and the finish of it and just how amped up everything is, and the texture of that thing is insane. So you have to come on so we could break it down and maybe compare it to some other Wild Turkey products. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I really do believe in Bigfoot. I got this in Colorado. So my girlfriend Kim, if you're watching, yeah, I'm drinking from the mug. I love coffee mugs, so I always get a different coffee mug in a different place here. So, well, let's try real quick before I bring my guest on here. Let's try the 4-grain C923 blend. It's actually pretty damn good, guys. If you have Larceny C923 and Elijah Craig Barrel for C923, give it a little fitty blend. It's actually pretty nice. That's how you kick off Blendageddon, baby. Now you got me scared about the R13 being lower quality. Got to go panic buy them. I didn't say lower quality, Adam. I said a lower bottle count. I don't think Russell 13 is going to lose its quality, but because of the 15-year, we may see fewer bottles of Russell's 13 next year. That was my point. Let's see. Enjoying your review, says Chad Hurry. Thanks for watching, man. All right, guys, it is time. So before we get into Blendageddon, I do want to bring in a special guest here who's also going to be the special guest judge. But before we do that, why not? Let's get everyone pumped up. Blendageddon, guys, American blend. Since we are blending here, round 1 is about to kick off tonight. And here we go. All right, everybody, it is time. Whiskey Tube's favorite blending competition kicks off tonight. It's the big one, the American Whiskey Blends. 25 carefully crafted blends will go head-to-head in the next 8 weeks to see who will be crowned champion for 2023. Now remember, the rules were a little different this year. I allowed no single barrel store or group picks in these blends, and we have 5 blends going head to head tonight. Remember, 2 of them make it to the Fab 5, but the other 3, well, they go home. Tonight's blenders include big names like Henry Turner, Andy Smith, Danny Lopez, Oisin Hayes, and Bill Cavanaugh. You guys fired up yet? Let's welcome in our very, very special guest judge to help me pick which one stays and which ones go home. Let's light this candle, baby. Let's go. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the hype video. Let's welcome our guest, Master Blender and Master Distiller over at High Bank Distillery right here in Columbus. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mr. Adam Hines.
What's up, Jason? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. What an intro.
Did that get you fired up a little bit, man?
Yeah, dude. I felt like I was watching a Buckeyes hype video right there.
So Adam, really glad you got to come on and help me out with this. For those of you that do not know Adam Hines, he is the master distiller and master blender. What do you call yourself, Adam?
Sure.
This is why I love Adam. He's so laid back. He's like, I don't care. I'm just here. Yeah. So Adam not only blends some of the finest whiskeys made in the United States out of High Bank, but he's also one. You did something that not many times happens, and this is what, if you guys have never heard of High Bank out of Columbus, Ohio, this is what he did. High Bank breaks a national spirit record, takes home a three-peat for the best blended whiskey in America. And this is at the San Francisco Spirit Awards. And as you can see, Amanda Blue, COO, Chief Operating Officer, says that this just doesn't happen. So first of all, congratulations for that. You know,
Appreciate it.
Whether or not like your feelings on, I know some people have weird feelings about different types of, whiskey awards, but all in all, I think the best thing about those awards, whether you believe in them or not, it always puts an unknown on the map. And I think that really helped you out at that point. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, starting High Bank and how you guys started, and where you're at now.
Right. I mean, it's very true. I mean, I think with the awards, there's so many that are hit or miss. Something that I appreciated always about San Francisco, it seems to be one that's probably the most acceptable worldwide. And so it's definitely, and I would say too, it's affected our business greatly. When we won Best One in 2021, it really kind of gave us a microphone to talk about, blending and that sort of stuff. Not just in Ohio, but, outside of Ohio. And then to win in 2022, and then, there's never been a three-peat in the category before, to win in 2023 again. It's been pretty crazy. So, I mean, like you would think, it ignites sales, it helps you expand, it helps you get free, free publicity when people in Forbes and Up Rocks and Maxim and everybody, is writing about you. I mean, it helps, right? And so
yeah, for sure. That's what I was saying. So you won for your Whiskey War barrel proof blend.
Yeah. So we've done. So I mean, obviously, I appreciate being on here. Blending is a passion that I never knew I had until I started High Bank. So for me, we won in 2021 with our Whiskey War barrel proof, which is our green label. It's our kind of our standard. We call it the father, the grandfather of our Whiskey War brand. And then in 2022, we I've been double oaking that for a while, but then I experimented with a double oak. And so in 2022, our double oak, which is one of the bottles that you have in front of you now, that's coming out here again in November, December. And then in 2023, we doubled a Pinot Noir finish. So we took a double oak and then put that double oak into a Pinot Noir cask, aged it there, and that's what won in 2023. So it's been fun. It's nice that it's not the same every time. What's fun though is barrel proof has been in the runner-up the last 2 years of those products. So yeah, barrel proof is still a classic and a go-to if you can find it.
So what are you exactly blending together in that award-winning green label?
Yeah, so our blend is, we do a rye and 2 bourbons. So we source from MGP for the products that we bring in. Everything that's going in, when we first started, we were only at about 2.5 years. Now we're 6+ on average for a lot of the stuff that's going into the bottles, that's really in 2022 we shifted everything that goes into the bottle is over 4 years at least minimum. And that's when we won our first blended award at San Francisco, is when we switched over to that 4-year plus. And so now we're 5.5, 6.5 year for a lot of the stuff that's going in there. But we do use a high rye, and then we round it out with 2 different bourbons.
So tonight what we are doing is so OHLQ, which is the Ohio Liquor. What does OHLQ stand for?
Ohio Liquor Control.
Liquor Control. That's it. Ohio Liquor Control. I always want to say Ohio Liquor Authority. So Ohio OHLQ does a lot of single barrels throughout the year with different brands, and they did. How many did they do with High Bank this year?
Yeah, so we were we were going in when Ohio came to pick barrels for us with us. We were on the assumption that they were going to pick 4 this year. Last year they picked 5 with us, and that was the first year they ever picked with us. They picked 5 double oaks, and then I started rolling out some extra special barrels to them, and they ended up picking 9. So they couldn't
9.
decide.
Okay,
And they went for 9. They went for 5 double oaks, 2 double oaks, and then 2 barrel selects. So
wow. All right, so we're going to taste a few of these here tonight, just to kind of give any Ohio viewers a little bit of a preview of what's coming out. Since Adam was so kind to come on, send me some of these samples. And these are some of your personal blends, the perfect way before we get into the Blendageddon blend. So,
yeah.
Which one do you want to start with?
I'd say let's start light. Let's go the regular double oak, which I think we're tasting the Raiders of the Lost Oak.
Raiders of the Lost Oak, by the way, brilliant name. So this is just a single barrel double oaked bourbon, correct?
Correct. Yeah. This is our barrel strength. Our barrel strength usually comes off out of the barrel. We've had as low as 113 and as high as 122. Obviously, that depends on yields and age of the barrel and stuff like that. I would say on average, we're around 116, 118. So we'll take that full age product, that full proof product. We'll put it into a brand new. We do a level 3 with a hand toast, is what we double oak our products in. And this sticks in that barrel. This one was in for 8 months in that second char barrel, and then when we pull it out for regular double oak, we proof it down to 100. So this is 100.
All right, so this is going to be the question. I know everyone's waiting. Are you anywhere outside of Ohio yet?
Yeah, so we actually just went into Michigan beginning of October, and that's key because if you do want any of these products, not these specific single barrel products, but we are now finally, as of this week, live at Woods Wholesale, and you can buy it online. So if you go to Woods Wholesale and just search High Bank or search Whiskey War, you can purchase the double oak and you can purchase some double. We held back 120 bottles to send to Michigan. So they just went to Michigan this past month.
Did you say Woods Wholesale?
Yeah, Woods Wholesale.
Okay.
So
all right, guys, you guys can
literally
check that out.
live today, so we don't even have the link up on our site yet. But if you go to Woods Wholesale, you can find High Bank and buy the bottle.
Yeah, Nate, Match and Journey High Bank pick next year. Me and we already spoke about that a little bit today. Sure. We have something fun in store for the group. So, let's taste this thing. Ton of rye spice here.
Yeah.
And I know you like the rye, man.
I do like rye. I stumbled into it. You know, we make a wheated bourbon that's still not out yet. We've been around for 5.5 years.
You have a wheater aging right now?
That's what we're aging. And
for how long has it been in the barrels right now?
We're at just over 5 years now. The goal is to release it at 6. So this time next year, the product that we're making in-house, and that's how I stumbled into blending. I didn't want to release a baby bourbon and kind of stair step into a 9-month and a 12-month and an 18-month. I think they taste like shit. So I started sourcing pre-aged barrels, and I freaking love blending and manipulating flavors. It's awesome.
Well, that's what Blendageddon's about. So I'm curious to get your take on some of these blends that some people have created.
Yeah.
Saucy Shane is currently doing a blind on Penelope 9-year, and this year's Four Roses LE. Oh, that's interesting. That's a new one. Saucy Shane says Adam looks jacked. Hell yeah, bro.
It's all an illusion. This is dad bod Jack.
It's dad bod, yeah. I like that one a lot because I think the double oaking really smooths out some of that heavy rye spice and just kind of balances everything out. Yeah,
I mean, the whole Whiskey War thing is supposed to be an approachable line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our barrel proof here in Ohio, $55. This is, in the 60s for the double oak. We're not trying to go too crazy. And this double oak at the 100 proof point for me, this is the replacement, because everybody always asked what would be my daily before I started High Bank. What was one bottle that I'd always, was a shelfer that I'd always go for, and it was Woodford Double Oak. I just liked it. It was something that was always made me warm and fuzzy and was delicious. And And so this was my attempt at recreating something similar. So
it's just a very sweet and savory sip at the same time. That's
Yeah.
really nice. Really, really good balance. It's not usually double oaking will give you some a lot of overly sweet flavors. However, I like that it keeps that spiciness that you like. So
right.
I like that one.
And then the intense one. So you're this double that we're going to get into. This is 115.3. So we keep double at barrel strength when it comes out.
So this is Annie. Are you? If you look at it fast, it looks like it says Annie. Are you okay?
Yeah,
but it actually says Annie. Are you okie?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of y'all know Ann Dimmick, who works at OHLQ. She's been around the scene for a while, but she's one of the people that came and picked it, and so this was her favorite. So we called it Annie Are You Okie.
Yeah, I love Annie. Her and I have a very rich affinity for wild turkey. So
yes.
We love that. So this is a double oak.
Yes.
115.3 proof. Okay.
Yep. We'll take one of these regular double oak barrels and then put it back in. So the yields go way down on this. I think we had about 190 barrels in this one.
So how many bottles how much like angel share are you losing from a lot of the double oaking process?
Well, I mean, with the double oaking, we do lose a decent amount, but understand too, when we're blending our barrel proof, we can fill full barrels into the regular double oak. So, and then when we're only aging for, 8 to 10 months, you're not losing a ton. I mean, we'll lose some for sure.
Yeah.
But you definitely lose again when you go back into to double it. And the double takes about another usually 4 to 6 months for that third barrel that it goes into.
This smells like a candy dipped cigar.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, this is like it's
that's weird.
Yeah,
like in a good way.
Yep. It's like this deep buttery oak spice that I get on it. I mean, that's what translates through to the palate on me.
We got Ron Miles here hanging out. He's at a Bardstown Bourbon Company. Ron says Highback is one of the best patios and happy hours in Columbus. Yes, no joke. And don't sleep on brunch at High Bank either.
Yeah, you'll be sleeping after you eat our brunch.
Yeah, you're gonna need a nap after the chicken and waffles. I'm just saying, dude. You know what? Not to like compare it or try to compare it, but I'm just trying to give viewers an idea of what this could come up. This kind of comes across a little bit like a Joseph Magnus cigar blend when you get some of those super sweet flavors. I'm not saying it gets into those like fruity finishes that you get out of Joseph Magnus cigar blend. I'm talking about just like an overly sweet whiskey that has like these rich tobacco notes to it.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's definitely a step up from the first one.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, and it even finishes sweeter.
Yep. It's crazy how sweet. Like this is like that spectrum. It freaking hits so many different things. It's crazy.
Yeah, this really starts off in a sweet type of tone. Then it hits you with a little bit of spice, and then instead of just staying spicy like Raiders of the Lost Oak, then it ramps up to more sweet.
Yep.
That's really cool.
My tongue's still tingling.
This has a super long finish too, man. That's really nice. Yeah, that's good. That's gonna end up on my shelf. Annie, Are You Okie? That one's really good. Yeah, it kind of, man, the finish on that just goes. I'm getting some citrus in it too, I think, from the rye. It's like this rye, citrus, butterscotch, kind of sweet tobacco type combination going on. That thing's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, 115 proof. I actually think it drinks a little bit hotter than that because of the spice, but it's a good spice. It's like a warming spice.
I would agree. If you drink this next to one of our barrel proofs, you would think this would be like 5 points higher than something that's the same proof. It's definitely there.
Scott Raper, no, this is not Dickel. This is MGP. But NGP manipulated in a lot of weird ways.
Yeah.
All right, last one here. And this is a cigar cask.
Correct.
So what makes this a cigar cask?
So this is aged in your classic Amburana wood, your Brazilian wood.
Oh, you went Amburana?
Mm-hmm. So, and the nose on this, man,
Oh my God. This is it's cinnamon toast. It's cinnamon toast crunch.
Yep. This thing is insane. It's so sad that there's not more. Like, but this is a little teaser. This was an experiment because I do believe I was it was crazy how good this turned out. I'm going to attempt to recreate it, and this could be an additional line in the whiskey war, because this thing is crazy.
Yeah, you know what? It's not an overly, because sometimes with Amburana, you get an Amburana cask that's like a first fill, and it's been sitting there a while. It gets medicinal.
Yep.
That's not happening here, thank God. This is just enough. This is just enough to kind of complement the spice and everything.
Yeah,
else.
This was only in that barrel for 3 weeks. It goes so fast, and so after about 10 days, we're tasting it every single day and taking samples out, and it's crazy how this was actually this barrel specifically was the third fill we put in that Amburana barrel, because you can keep throwing stuff in that.
Yeah.
Because that very, very first one, delicious, but it comes shipped to you with some Brazilian rum in it to keep the barrel, nice and moist inside. And so you dump the rum out, put that fresh batch in it. That first one was insane, but it was all so much banana and coconut and rum characteristics that complemented this, and it was really, really unique. But this is like the third fill was really this like you start getting these really nice deep notes, these really nice, kind of classic cigar notes that are in it, the spice, crunch.
I would drink a lot more of this, but I don't want the Amburana to kill my palate right now.
Yes.
But I will enjoy the hell out of that later, man.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Thanks for sharing these, dude. I appreciate it. I think OHLQ, Ohio, just in general, you're gonna have a lot of quality barrels. This Annie Arioki is really, really good. And if you're an Amburana fan, yeah, I could tell this isn't an overdone Amburana, which is something I appreciate. So I just think some of the Amburanas just get too heavy into that medicinal quality. So I'm glad when you kind of do it right.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Barrel Craft Spirits, they released an Amburana cask, and I think they did the right thing as well. So, all right, guys, it is time.
Oh, I'm excited
to taste through these with Adam, again, award-winning blender from High Bank. Let's take a look at the bracket and see who is going tonight. If you guys don't see the names there, we have Henry Turner, Andy Smith, Danny Lopez, Oystein Hayes, and William Kavanaugh. They are number one up here with week number one. Next week we will be off because I'll be traveling, but we'll be back the following week to hit week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6 into December, right before Christmas, before we do the finals, and that is TBD. So we have a big schedule ahead of us, a lot of great blends ahead of us, 25 total, trying to make it to the Fab 5. So again, tonight, as Adam and I taste through these, 2 will make it to the next round, and the other 3 will be saying good night, goodbye, thank you for coming. So, all right, you have them all laid out, A, B, C, D, E?
I do. I even put the stickers underneath them, so I wouldn't forget which is which.
See, that's why you're a professional.
That's true. There's been many times you get through it, you're like, wait, what was that?
All right, so these are...
I saw somebody's comment too. Sorry, real quick, Jason. The OHLQ picks are coming out the week of November 13th in Ohio. So
there you go.
Next week is when they'll start hitting the different liquor stores around the state.
Is that the big single barrel drop?
No, the single barrel Saturday is, I think, is that right after Thanksgiving? I think is the single barrel Saturday.
Right after Thanksgiving, okay.
But I think we're doing this launch the week before. And if somebody from OHLQ is on here, they're going to get mad at me that I guys told you that it was in November 13th. So.
That's right. I have to... Where the hell did I put the... I don't know where the results are. Like how we find out whose blend belongs to who. It's somewhere. Well, we'll pick them, then I'll find them. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, let's go with... let's start with letter A. Here we go. Good luck to everybody watching, and we'll go from there. And Adam, this isn't really, anything. This isn't anything formal. Whatever you smell, whatever you taste, yell it out. Immediately on the nose, I get peanut butter.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that peanut butter. I mean, honestly, there's characteristics from the double oak that we just did, that first double oak.
Some of that rye spice coming through for you.
Yeah, a little bit. I get vanilla. Yeah.
Man, I like the balance of this nose. Really rich.
Really sweet.
Yeah, very sweet too.
Really sweet.
It's kind of a vanilla bomb. It's like this peanut buttery vanilla bomb here for me on the nose. Now, the beauty of these blends is they've been sitting in their sample vials and just, mingling and maybe changing over the course of time since they've been sent in, for a few weeks. So it's interesting to see how these change and how these evolve. Yeah. All right, cheers, man. Let's try the first one. Ooh, almost went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah, it's really bright. And then it goes you get that spice. Heavy, a lot more oak than I would anticipate.
Yeah, all of a sudden it got real dark.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? I totally agree. It started off really bright, and I'm like, this is maybe some younger whiskey, but then it got real dark. Wow. And
then the nose opens up in a different way for me now that I'm drinking. After I took that sip.
Yeah.
The nose goes dark on me.
Flick's worth watching says Adam got that steadfast Leonidas 300 beard going, looking fresh, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.
If I grew a beard like that, it would be so damn itchy. I would have to shave it off.
Well, I grew it. I went long because I was going to be a Viking for Halloween with my kids.
Nice.
And then my wife got COVID, and so we couldn't go to any of our Halloween parties. And so now I just still have this really long beard that I haven't done anything yet. So,
yeah, that's good.
Rocking it.
I'm digging that blend a lot.
Yeah, this is really good. So, was there any? They could blend anything. It could be 2, it could be 5. There was no restrictions to whatever it was.
Yeah,
right?
Like I said, the only restriction, they could not use club or store picks in order to make their blend.
Whatever they want. I'm assuming most people probably left it strength.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Yeah, I mean that's solid. There's even a little dustiness that I get on that third sip.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a dusty funk it's got, and it's actually a little bit drying too on the palate, which I'm thinking there's something with some good aging here. At least that's my initial impression. Let me grab my notebook here, take some notes. Always like to kind of keep track of the notes here so we know what we're tasting here. So let's see. A goes bright, spicy, and then it goes a little dark. A little bit drying. It says peanut butter and a little bit of spice too. I like that one a lot. Yeah. It's a good way to kick it off. All right, I'm going into B. Oh, B is bringing the red fruit for me, big time.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
This is very fruit forward. It's very rich.
This reminds me of fall. This reminds me of going apple picking. It's weird. I went to art school, so my mind goes very creative. Whenever I smell stuff, I go to pictures, even more than flavors. It's really interesting.
No, my mind works the same way. Honestly, yeah. I went to art school as well before I did marketing, so I kind of wanted to.
Art school at
St. John's University in Queens.
Got it. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, graphic design, and then I did a marketing minor, so I wanted to have kind of both sides of the coin. Yeah. So I wanted to do marketing, but I was always good at artwork too. So
that's why your channel's so good, because you understand how to make things look nice.
I understand how to make things. Adam, you should put that on your whiskey war card. High bank card.
I can make things. What do you make? I can just make things.
I can make things.
I can design a label. I can make a brand, and I can make whiskey. I just make things.
So you make things.
Man, that fruit note is so nice.
Gosh, that is really bold, man. There has to be either. I'm not going to go as far to say there's a finished something in here, but there's a very fruit forward whiskey in this blend. All right, let's try it.
Ooh.
Oh, holy shit.
Okay. Extremely
Hello.
smooth. Really, really calm on the front, buttery, and then gets that little funk that going too.
This thing really explodes right mid palate.
Yeah.
And it just leaves this lingering spice. This has a lot of viscosity too.
It is. It's really thick.
Damn.
Wow. I mean, I get it a little bit, but the fruit does not carry through like it does on the nose.
Yeah, it goes more spice to me than fruit. A little bit more of like a darker, denser, like caramel note and like brown, like burnt brown sugar, almost right on the verge of a molasses type thing.
I agree, and then I go back on the nose, and it starts going more vanilla and like sugar on the nose too as it opens up with that.
The palate's beautiful too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nice. That's a hell of a blend right there.
It's like keeps changing.
Yeah. I'm not getting fruit at all now.
No.
Now it tastes like a I hate to say it, but it reminds me a little bit of like a stag, a little bit. Like a Buffalo Tracy, sweet, oaky type of profile. That's a hell of a blend right there.
Yeah, the note for me was mysterious.
Mysterious.
That was good.
All right, Mr. Mysterious. Let's go to number 3 here.
This is the darkest on my sheet.
Yeah, guys, look at that one. Look at how dark that blend is.
Yeah.
Check that one out. Holy Jesus.
This is interesting.
So this is very dark and rich on the nose, but also extremely sweet.
Yeah. This is a really weird description. It's like a fresh packaging tape when you rip it, and that smell that I get on. It's like
you're getting like glue.
Yeah, like a little bit of, but specifically, it is like, again, I go back to, I'm packing boxes, right? And it goes with this visual thing when I'm smelling this, and it's not in a bad way. It's kind of that like, you want to smell magic markers sometimes because they like, as a kid, because they smell good. Maybe that was just me, but yeah.
Yeah, this is really sweet.
It's not a smell that I get on.
This is really sweet to me.
Yeah, but then it's like there's like I get a tinge then of like
it's that there's a high proof ethanol quality to it.
Yeah,
which I think is what's coming out of the glass.
But I also get a tinge of like green apple.
Yeah, I
or even a little more like herbaceous, a little bit.
Yeah, it's very herbal.
Yeah.
This is very big. Like I get clove like all day on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give this. This one is.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Oh.
That finish is weird, man. In a good way.
I haven't decided if it's weird in a good way yet.
Well, it's
I need another sip.
That front sip for me is pretty flat. Like,
yeah,
like where am I going? And then all of a sudden it just like blooms, blooms open, right?
It's all finish.
Yeah, it's all finish.
This does not have a big front of the palate at all, but the finish on this thing is ridiculous. It's still going. It just lingers for days.
And that exact same experience on the second sip too. It's like it's still super flat. Wow.
So Jonathan Raidersdorf says packaging tape has a pineapple marker scent to me. I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go smell my packing tape upstairs.
You gotta do it fresh. You gotta.
Yeah, I gotta get this smell and see what the hell you're talking. That's crazy. Man, the finish on this is insane. It's got some turkey vibes to me. I don't know if someone put some wild turkey in there, but it's giving me.
Are we gonna find out what's in these at the end?
So the ones that get eliminated, we find out what's in them.
Okay.
Not the ones we move on quite yet. Those we save to the end.
I'm assuming we don't know proof. I should have brought my proof gun so we could have figured out what the exact proof was. should have told me.
Some of the blenders actually provide that info.
Got
so
it.
we may have that in the envelope.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure you can
not everybody does, but some do.
Yeah.
Thurston Howell III.
These all seem barrel strength at the moment.
Yeah. Thurston Howell III. Great show as always, Jay. Cheers from Indy. Thanks, Thurston. Dylan Quay says, I would imagine many think blending whiskeys can make it easier to create a high quality product, but are there any challenges blending presents as opposed to single barrels? It's a good question.
Oh, I mean, so to me, what I love about blending is you have complete control. Like, if I want more spice in it, if I want more packaging tape, in it or whatever it is, right? Like if I find that barrel, I can do that. I can add that in, and it becomes more of a, an art or a chemistry experiment versus single barrel picks are fun. I've been on dozens of them, right? And I've done dozens of them, at High Bank. And so like the unique flavors that you get out of it, like this bottle right here of single barrel double oak, delicious. Love it. I love that there's, only a limited number of like 200 some available. But I always actually prefer the blends that we do, where we're blending 4 to 6 barrels at a time. You get a more round flavor. You get more depth into what it is that you're, what it is that you're drinking. And so, like when myself and my team and I were picking through the 50 different double oak barrels that we have back there, and to create the, each batch that we want to do, we intentionally kind of make them a little different too. Like each round is a little bit different. So I think that's the thing that's fun and interesting to me versus a single barrel. You have no control over. It is what it is. You have control over which one you want to pick and what one you like. Yeah. But you're not necessarily, you can't control the flavor that comes out of it. It can be the exact same juice going into the exact same wood, but that wood could have been next to an apple orchard, or that wood could have been, had a forest fire, at some point, and the flavor of that wood changes so much, and it could have been the exact same batch of whiskey. We do that all the time with double oak. Exact same batch of barrel proof, blended, goes into 6 different barrels, and all 6 taste completely different just because of the wood that it's in, which is fascinating to me.
Mike Halliday says ECBP C923 is a bit hot for the first third. I'm on bottle 3 out of 7. Larceny C923 is sweeter from the get-go, but the 2 blended, woo, freaking amazing right now. I told you that blend is really good when you blend the Larceny C923 and the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. I'm telling you guys, if you got it at home, give it a try. What was I? Let's see here. So there was a viewer a while back. I think it was Amy Bohm who said it. Amy's a great. She's always in the chat, hanging out and talking to different channels. I think she's the one that said the master distillers make the paint, but the master blenders or the blenders are the ones that paint the painting. So I always thought that was a really cool way to kind of distinguish what the blenders do versus the master distillers. Sometimes, they're one and the same, but sometimes they're also 2 separate entities. Yeah,
I would agree. I mean, once you kind of create a mash bill and you're distilling, you're recreating a recipe. You're not changing much. It's not like brewing beer, right? Where you can have a new beer that's going in every single week and you kind of have some creativity with it. It's like, hey, cool, we found this out. Now make the exact same thing over and over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
So the exciting part is creating that mash at the front, and then but blending is always exciting. Our barrel selects, like that people see with like the pistol caps and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. This we're on batch, I think 16, so that means we've done 16 of these really unique one-offs. Where Amburana or Pinot Noir or Cabernet or Cognac or Zinfandel. I mean, there's so many different things that we've done. Because for me, it's like, it's just freaking try stuff.
Yeah, it's just fun.
It's like, it's just fun. And of course we'll sell 200 of these. Like, and I'll say like, I have some shit, not a lot, but I have some shit barrels back there that
Yeah.
I keep trying to save or keep trying to figure this out. We have one that's called the Devil's Asshole. It like doesn't go away. It's been back there for almost since inception of
what kind of a cask is it?
What's that?
What kind of a cask is it?
So it was our barrel proof product
that
went into a wine cask that I won't say the winery just wasn't good. It smelled great, and that's the whole thing. It's like smelling the barrels, like, okay, this is going to be good. We put it in, did not taste great. Then we started putting it into like ruby barrels and tawny barrels and double oaking it and double. I mean, this thing has been in 6 barrels in 5.5 years, and it's probably going to get trashed.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, it's like, unless there's enough people that if you want something super funky, like you can taste it when we do our pick. I will bring out Devil's Asshole for you, and
all right, yeah.
You can taste through Devil's Asshole.
I'm sure the pick team will be really excited about that.
We'll do it at the end.
Guys,
after
we're gonna
pick your barrel. We'll do that at the end so you can taste.
We're gonna try the Devil's Asshole. Here we go. System trend. I've been hearing people saying that different bottles of C923 ECBP have been tasting different. They're using the bottle codes to ID them. I have not heard that yet, System Trend. So that's something I'll definitely have to look into. Just sell that barrel to rare character, says AW. This convo just got weird. All right, let's go to letter D here. Let's see what we got. Oh man, yeah, bananas.
Yeah, really pleasant nose. Yep, banana runts.
Bananas Fosters, bananas. Yeah, bananas runts for sure.
Yeah. This is my wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah, bananas. You're a banana guy.
I do. Yeah.
All right.
I just have fond memories of runts.
Damn, man. That's all I can pull out of here is bananas.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try. Let's see if it translates to the palate here.
It does.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it's a banana on the front, and then it just kind of goes into this nice little blanket of oak and a little bit of spice.
Dude, sip that again. I got pineapple on the back end of that. Or is it coconut?
Ooh, it's like for me, it's almost like a toasted coconut, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Toasted coconut.
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell? I think there's some Jack Daniels in there because I'm getting that Jack, like Jack Daniels-y. I always call it like the trail mix with the banana chips in it. That's what
yes.
Jack Daniels tastes like to me, right?
Yeah, like dry. Yes.
Right? Isn't that what that is?
I've never heard that before, but like as soon as you said that, I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Mind blown. AW says use that barrel content to cure your new Amburana barrel. I mean, Amburana could save it. I mean, Amburana has a way to just overtake any whiskey.
Yeah, and I see that pineapple note that you're talking about, like,
right? It's weird.
It's almost like as my mouth, excretes saliva, right? Like as it waters, that's where I'm getting that pineapple note coming out. Like that's how it's hitting my palate.
It doesn't have the proof and it doesn't have the punch in the face, but it's got a really unique flavor.
Yeah, I would guess this at the lowest proof. That's why I'm kind of curious. I'm like, where the proof's at. This one feels low to me. I might say low. I mean, this is probably still.
Yeah, that's really interesting. If there is Jack Daniels in it, I don't know how in the world like a coconut pineapple thing got introduced to that. That's crazy.
It's really like this is one I want to keep. Like this is definitely one that I want to keep drinking type of thing. It's really strange.
That might be the most impressive out of all of them because I've never tasted anything like that. So that's what we're kind of looking for. So
I'd guess the proof at around 112 for this one, where I feel like the others are probably high teens, low 20s, maybe high teens, most of them.
Yeah, I mean, could be. Man, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one more sip of that.
This is gonna be tough.
I know it is. This is why I need master blenders to come on and tell me what to pick. Or help me pick this shit. It's crazy. Damn.
And it's like, as I smell it now, I kind of get like banana cream, like less candy, more like creamy.
You know what? It has kind of a sneaky long finish too. You getting that on this?
Yeah, it hangs around.
I wasn't willing to go as high as you for guessing the proof, but the more I taste it, yeah, I think maybe that 1 teen area might.
I think it's a low teen. I don't think, or I think it's 112,
like 112, 113 ish around that area. Yeah. Damn.
Because I also like if I would have drank this not in front of 3 other ones, it probably would feel a little hotter to me. But
yeah, for those of you watching, again, when we reveal some of these blends, you should be able to replicate all of these. If everyone followed the rules. So some of these that we're saying are really interesting. Is this is going to be tough this year already. This first round of blends is already, proving to be problematic here.
I know that's why I was curious what they are, because I'd love to tap into the collection in the basement and see what can be recreated for some of these.
Adam, Crypto Whiskey might have just had the best idea ever. Here it is. Read that.
Market the Devil's Asshole barrel as as a Michigan bottle. You'll sell it out instantly for the It's actually great. Hey, Flicks.
Great idea.
Yeah, Flicks worth watching. Do you think that's good? Because I know who runs Flicks might be a Michigan fan. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sure we'll see.
You might know him, Jason. His name starts with a T and ends with a Thomas.
I do know him. All right. Let's go to the last one before we get into some other some fun stuff we're doing tonight. All right. Oh man.
I gotta get some water.
Yeah. Flixworth Watchman. Wow, my last name.
Yep. Knew that was coming.
Wow. Yeah, I'm digging the nose on this one already. Now you have me looking for packing tape, you bastard.
Dude, listen, I was thinking that same thing, right?
On this?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not as prominent as C. There's a slight bit of packaging tape in this.
That's it. You've ruined my nose.
I'm a weird taster. You watch we do this thing on Instagram called the War Room, where we taste through every single batch of barrel proof that comes out, and there's definitely some really interesting fun notes that tend to come out of that.
The devil's asshole.
Yes, I mean whoever. Yeah, that was a great idea, by the way. The Michigan barrel
for sure.
This is really pleasant. I like it a lot.
Yeah, this is as I'll probably need to take another quick sip of this here. Mark M. Necker wants details. Clear tape or brown tape or the tape with the strings in it?
I would say this is clear tape adhesive.
Clear tape.
Yeah.
Clear tape,
yeah. Brown tape goes a little buttery, and I'm not lying here. Like, you go brown tape and it starts going a little like creamy buttery. Clear tape is a little more like bright. And
what is happening right now?
Listen, think of how many cases I have packed, Jason.
Yeah, that's true though.
In my life. So like I do know the smell of tape, unfortunately.
Keith Stepansky, he says, as a Penn State grad, can you put the devil's asshole in the Michigan Gatorade this weekend? I love the college football smack talk. Here we go. And then Andy Smith, who has a blend in tonight here, he says, "All right, go blue."
I will say, as an Ohio State fan, I'm very glad that Michigan is good again. It was very depressing for a decade to not have a great competition. So cheers to you guys, because I'm excited. This is great. It's what sports are.
Yeah, I mean, this last blend is, like you said, it's pleasant. I don't think it really does anything that blows me away, though.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think this is like, it's good. Somebody hands me this whiskey, this is delicious, right? Like, I'm going to be very happy drinking this whiskey, but there's a lack of complexity, because it's almost like all the different flavors are trying to meld together at one time with this. And so it just kind of, for me, especially in the middle, like I get a sweetness on the front, and then in the middle it kind of screams at me. Like there's a lot of different things going on, and then it just kind of fades away. So.
All right. So before we get to the question of the night here, I do want to call out a few different things here, guys. So if you guys remember, not too long ago, we did a fundraiser for Darrell Stewart's daughter, Darrell, part of Hello Again Whiskey Friends. His daughter Navia is going through some. She's going through some chemotherapy treatments. She has a form of cancer, and what was so generously donated was a barrel full of whiskey from Jared and Rachel Record over at Barrel King. So what we did is they donated this 7-year NGP wheated bourbon, full barrel of it, and basically he described it as a funky, like a country ham, like a Booker's Country Ham wheated type bourbon. And basically, we sold those through Patreon last week. And I think we moved about 80 to 100 bottles, something along those lines, but there are still some bottles left. So this is a picture of the bottle. Just want to show it to you guys here. That download or upload, where is that bottle? Here it is. Here we go. So this is the Barrel King bottle. It's got Navia sticker on the bottom right of the bottle, and it also has a purple wax top, which is Navia's favorite color. So this bottle is available right now on barrelking.com. So you guys can buy it. It's $225 for the bottle. And yes, that is more expensive than a normal Barrel King bottle would be. However, Jared upped the price on it because every single dime that is being made from that barrel is being donated to Darrell's family to help Navia fight her cancer and beat this thing. She is she's doing pretty good. I think she's not sure how many chemotherapy treatments she's been into as of yet. I think the last time I spoke to Darrell, he told me it was like 3 or 4. So she's been through a lot already. And I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. So if you guys feel inclined to buy a bottle, again, every single cent of that bottle is going to Navia and her treatment. So, I know you guys are extremely generous in helping out. Even if you don't want to buy the bottle right now because it is pricey, give it to a friend who loves Barrel King. Again, 7 to 8 year MGP wheaters with this type of profile doesn't come around too often. So I think it's definitely worth it, and it's going to obviously an unbelievable cause. So click the link if you so inclined in the chat and go grab a bottle of it. There's no limits on it, and it's going, like I said, it's going to Navia's treatment. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
It's awesome.
Yep. So before we taste through these again, I warned you, this was the thing that happened last year with Blendageddon. How does Master Blender of High Bank, Adam Hines, prefer his peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Oh, that's right. We did talk about this.
We did talk about it.
Totally forgot about this. Well,
so you had 2 like waves that you went with.
Yeah. So
you had like an everyday PB&J.
Yeah, there's the everyday PB&J, right? So like I have 3 kids. I have 3 girls.
Okay.
3, 6, and 8. Pack lunches every morning. At least one of them usually has a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then when the other one doesn't want that I made too, then that's what I have for breakfast is the leftover peanut butter and jelly sandwich when they yell at me that they didn't want that in their lunch, right? So my classic is Dave Man's bread, a must. I love that bread. You can get it at Costco. The Kirkland strawberry jam.
Okay.
Creamy Jif peanut butter, not crunchy.
Creamy Jif.
Creamy Jif.
Okay.
And that's the classic PB&J. Now, if I have time.
Wait. So the bread, is that a white bread, wheat bread? What is it?
Dave Man's bread is a wheat bread.
Wheat bread. Okay.
Yes. And if you have not had Dave Man's bread, you have not lived. It is delicious. Like it is the best.
That's available. That's available at Kroger.
Yeah. No. It is available at Kroger. Yes.
Okay.
We get it at Costco. It's better.
I'm gonna write this down. So. Dave Man's bread.
Yeah, Dave Man's bread. It's this dude that like has just flexing like on the label. That's what it is.
Okay.
And if you guys are podcast listeners, you can go to How I Built This, and there's a Dave Man's bread episode on like who Dave Man is. It's really fascinating. Dude,
I love that podcast.
Dude, How I Built This. There's a Dave Man's bread episode of How
I listened to the Raising Cane's Chicken Fair one like 4 times.
Yep, good stuff.
And you said Kirkland strawberry jam?
Kirkland strawberry jam.
Okay.
It's a nice balance. There's a few chunks in it, but it's creamy as well. Jif's creamy peanut butter.
Sounds like a boring ass PB&J, typical OSU fan.
Listen. I didn't get you. Yes, whatever. It's delicious and it wins every time. All right.
Really quick, I want to say a huge happy birthday to Tommy D. Happy birthday, Tommy. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're pouring something good. Tom, if you're in the chat, man, let us know what you cracked open tonight.
I just saw that comment. That's from Tony. That's your first name now, Tony Thomas.
Tony Thomas.
Yeah. But if you have time, what you do, and when I have time to make the PB&J, you take fresh strawberries, you slice them up, and you stick them in between. So my optimal is Dave's Man bread, Kirkland's jam, fresh strawberries, Jif creamy, and then another slice of Dave Man's bread.
Wow, you're the first person, even from last year, that introduced fresh cut strawberries.
Oh yeah.
To the PB&J.
Yeah, I don't do grape jelly. That's a thing that doesn't exist anymore in my household. It's all strawberry jam. So
fresh cut strawberries. All right, noted. I think what I'm going to do this year is take all the judges' PB&J sandwiches and do a taste off and see which one wins out for me. Wow, my whole name now. Brandon Lincoln says Killer Dave's bread is the best. It's my fave bread.
There you go. That's right.
Wise Guy says grape jelly is OG. It is.
It is OG, but it's not as good as strawberry.
All right, man. So one real quick again before we kind of taste through the rest of these and pick our winners here tonight. I also want to call out a fundraiser going on as well for one of the kind of the stalwart members of the chat, and not just the chat, but just Whiskey Tube in general. And that's Emily, and she is right here. EMC. She is raising money for all kinds of different wheels to make life more functional for a lot of different people. So basically what's happening is that she is raising money for any funding to help her. Will be used to tow tires, initial tune-ups. Any funding beyond original 1,500 gold will be used for headliner, new paint, current vehicle, batteries, wheels, tires, and other seemingly small parts needed to keep people mobile and in the community. So Emily, she's in a wheelchair and she has a vehicle and she needs a lot of help trying to upgrade this vehicle and also keep it upgraded for other people in her community, which I think is really admirable of her. There's a lot of different, moving parts to this, obviously, but if anybody can just help out a little bit, even $20, $25, just to help Emily out, I'm going to post the link to her fundraiser in here as well. Again, this is just the community coming together and trying to help each other out. There's a lot of stuff going on right now within the whiskey community. People just need help, and any little bit helps. So I posted the link right there, so you guys can click on it. Donate a little bit. She's very close to her goal. So if we could exceed that a little bit, help her out, get her mobile again, and get people in her community mobile as well. It'd be a huge help. I'm going to donate right when we're done, right when we're wrapped up here tonight. So between that cause and also Navia, there's a lot to give back to the community, guys. And again, Tommy D, looking good for 33. Are you 33, Tommy? I think you are. I'm not going to say. But yeah. Happy birthday, Tommy D. He looks good for 33. All right. Let's go through these again, but let's go crazy. Let's go reverse order.
Ooh, okay.
So let's start with E, and then we'll start eliminating and figuring out who's going to take it. Did this get better?
It's really spicy for me.
Did you say it's too spicy for you?
I didn't say too spicy. I said it goes.
Oh
really
yeah, no, it's spicy. Yeah.
Yeah. I would still say for me though, it's still very similar to where there's a lot going on that I like, but it's all kind of screaming at each other right in the middle after you drink it, and the experience is very much like trying to fight for what they're trying to express.
There's pieces of this blend that I like, but it does feel like the components are fighting each other a bit, and nothing's really able to stick out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I like E. I'm just not sure. Yeah, not sure where that's going to go quite yet.
Yeah.
Compared to the other ones. All right, let's go to D, which was the banana, pineapple, coconut. I have no idea what's happening in this glass. All right, so we got your PB&J. I like it.
This is the most perplexing one to me in a very good way. Like, out of all these, I poured half of those little vials that you gave me. This one's gone because I kept having to like discover stuff in it. It's really
interesting. I like this. I like this blend a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is definitely a leader in the clubhouse. I'm putting a little star next to the D. Everybody loves the D. All right, I'm gonna go to C here. So C, I thought had a little bit of a turkey vibe to it. Very sweet. This was the packing tape one. Has that dissipated for you, or is it still packing tapey?
The nose is still that, and I had the notes of flat, then blooming, right? And it still holds up, like on the front end.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's this like kind of flat experience, and then it just kind of like
then it's
that mid and end that just kind of opens up and lets you know where it's at. I do like this one a lot.
Me too. I do wish it had more on the front though.
I still think I have D over C.
I'm with you. I like D over C. I also like D over E.
Agreed. Yeah, I think for me right now it's D, C, E.
Okay, let's go to B here. I'm gonna drink out of my Bigfoot mug. There we go. Let's see here. All right.
Oh, this is the mysterious one.
Yeah, this is the one you labeled mysterious. The Mysterio blend.
That nose is so good. I love this nose.
Eric Sawyer is asking, 21 whole grain Daves? Let's hone in on this sandwich.
It is 21 whole grain.
It's the 21 whole grain Daves?
Yep.
Well, that makes a difference.
It does.
21 whole grain Daves. I'm making this.
And I know I'm making these comments. Dave has a sketchy past. I will say Dave no longer owns any of his company. So that guy
Dave has
is not associated with the company anymore. If you listen to that podcast, he owns nothing.
I have to listen to that one.
Yeah.
Man. You know, when that mysterious one gets better every time I sip it.
It does. Like,
it's so good. It just everything about it.
Yeah, that one's it's just mysterious. Like,
I mean, unfortunately, if we do move this one to the next round, we're not going to find out what's in it. So it's not going to be. It's still going to be a mystery to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's go to the A. Back to the A, which is this was one that was spicy. I was getting peanut butter on it initially, but it's gotten sweeter here on the nose.
Yeah, and it was like for me, it was like really bright. Then it went to
then it went dark on the palate.
Yeah,
which I liked.
A little earth, a little spice.
Man, that one's good too. It's not as in your face as B, but it does carry some really good flavors. I'm gonna say this. I think A, B, and D are kind of my top 3 right now. Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, I think we're in agreement on.
I don't have a ranking quite yet. I'm just saying out of the.
I don't have a ranking yet either.
So, are you comfortable to eliminate E and C?
So yes, I think I am. Like, so I just went back. I was in the realm of D, B, and C, but just having A and then went to C. I like A better than C.
You like A, yeah. I like A slightly over. Unfortunately for C,
yeah,
A just has a little bit more going on.
That flatness on the like. I appreciate the journey that C takes me on of like.
I know, there's just not enough on the front of the palate for C.
Yeah, because after drinking A and then going right back to C,
yeah,
that journey went bitter for me, which I don't enjoy.
All right, so let's take C out. So C's gonna go, and so
so we got 3.
Yeah, so we got 3 left. So that means we have to kind of rank these, and there's going to be 2 winners in this bracket, and one of these 3 is going to go 9-9.
Yep.
So we have to figure that out.
All right.
Gosh, man. D is so crazy good. I mean, I think D's making it through. I mean, really, for me, it's between A and B here.
Agreed. I think D is
through to the Fab 5.
Yeah, D's really unique. There's a reason why I drank the whole thing.
He drank the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean,
man, the more I try these next to each other, why are they so close now?
They really are close, but
I think I'm leaning B. I don't know. What about you?
Okay, so here's my thing.
Okay.
A feels classic to me.
Okay.
Like, call it typical, right? B still feels mysterious. Like, I like B. There's this like mysterious aspect to it that feels a little like, moody.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning B too, but A is close.
I'd go B and D. That's where I'm at. A is very close. Like
I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
Let me just do one more quick sip of each one here before we make these final.
The nose is I like the nose better on A, but I like the flavor profile better on B.
Yeah, the palate on B is just so intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's B and D. I think B and D are making it to the Fab 5. They are going through to the next round. We won't see these blends again though until all the way until week 6. So we're gonna do week 6. We'll do 5. There'll be 10 samples that week. There might be we might have that's when we might have Nancy Fraley on, maybe Jonathan Maisano. We'll see. I mean, you guys know who I'm talking to with different judges. We'll see which week gets what, but we'll figure all that out. But man, It's going to be a crazy competition this year. I can already tell.
Yeah.
All right, Adam. So I need to find the paper that actually tells us what we're sipping. So why don't you tell everybody? I don't know. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about how High Bank started?
So here's the thing. So if you ever are in the Columbus area, I don't know where a lot of you guys are at. I know Jason has an awesome following. We are a restaurant and a distillery. We distillery first. That's our focus. But we have 2 restaurants in the town in Columbus, and we're about to open up our 3rd in Westerville, Ohio, which is where I live and where I'm at right now. So the story of Whiskey War and the history behind it is all based around Westerville, Ohio. Westerville is where Prohibition, as they say, and if you ever watch a Ken Burns documentary on Prohibition, about 15 minutes of it was from Westerville, Ohio. So we're opening up our 3rd restaurant location, retail spot, right across from the State House, where there's a Broken Barrel monument. And it all tells about the story of Henry Corbin, which is who ignited the Whiskey Wars, which led to Prohibition. So that's where we get our name, Whiskey War, based out of Westerville. The first batch that I ever distilled was illegally in Westerville, Ohio, out of my garage. Don't tell anybody, even though this is now.
I was gonna say, what are you doing, dude?
It's fine. It's all a joke.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
The city of Westerville loves it when I tell that story, because the city of Westerville was like legitimately Westerville, Ohio. Jason, you would know this because you're in Dublin, right?
Yeah, I'm in Dublin. Yep.
Yeah. So like we were dry until 2006. Like there was no alcohol allowed in Westerville, Ohio until 2006. So it's a fun story to tell. I'm excited that we're going to open up a retail shop where people can buy our Whiskey War products there. So, yeah,
dude, loved it. That's awesome. I think again, just the whiskey aside, I think just the hospitality side of what High Bank does is really top notch, and the food is great. And don't sleep on the veggie pizza; it's delicious. All right, guys, let's find out who's going forward and who's going home. Here we go. So let's start with, here we go. First and foremost, we're going to go with, this is letter, what's the one that was close? Letter A.
Oh, yeah, letter A.
Was it letter A? Yeah, letter A. Letter A's blend belongs to the one and only Henry Turner. Henry Turner with H25, which is the name of his blend. And here's the envelope. As you can see, it's very serious. H25. Yep. H25. So we said spicy, starts off light, ends dark. Yep. I got a peanut butter kind of vibe from it. Let's see what's in this blend. I love when everybody kind of puts these in here. Holy crap. This is all Heaven Hill. So there's the peanut butter.
Yep.
Equal parts ECBP A121, Larceny A123, Bernheim A223, Pikesville Rye, and Henry McKenna 10. So this is, he actually took a picture of the entire blend. Check that out.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that, Henry. That's awesome, man. So that was the first one. So I feel like that's why that one was so peanut buttery to me. Which is something I get a lot from Heaven Hill. So that makes sense.
I'm sorry, did he say anything about the ratios, or was it just in equal parts?
He just said equal parts.
Got it.
All equal parts.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So Flicksworth Watch says, and if Adam keeps up his bootlegging ways, we may sell his whiskey in the basement of the Westville restaurant. Shh, don't tell anyone.
It's true. We may have a 2,000 square foot speakeasy that nobody knows about except for everybody on this channel. So
Ben, right now, High Bank is distributed in Ohio and just got into Michigan. But what's the
go to woodswholesale.com. Woods Wholesale, it's out of Michigan, and they can ship to almost any state in the United States.
There you go. All right, so that was the first one. Henry Turner, thanks for that blend, man. Delicious stuff. All right, letter E. goes to OH. Oisin Hayes with Smoke 'em If You Got 'em. That was the name of his blend. And that was the one we said was just a really, really good blend, but nothing really standing out here. So
the other ones that we had highlighted some different stuff, right? So it was good though.
Let's see what's in OH's blend here. Let's see what we got. Wow, this is quite it's quite the blend. Goal is create your own cigar blend, a proof monster that's triple finish in sherry, Armagnac, and cognac. Sourcing an Armagnac finished American whiskey was hard. Components are Kentucky bourbon, Kentucky American whiskey finished in Armagnac, married with Indiana source light whiskey, and bourbons finished in sherry and cognac. We have a Logic Craig barrel proof C923 he put in here. Holy shit. That was 40% of the blend. 25% of the blend is the Copper and Cask Master Distiller's Selection, 12-year Kentucky High Corn American Whiskey finished in French Armagnac cask. National distribution there. That's 25% of the blend. 20% of the blend is the Nelson Brothers New Belmead Cask Finish Series, the Sherry Cask. 10% of the blend is King's Family Distillery Single Barrel 15-year American Light Whiskey. Not a store pick, found in 2 different New Jersey stores. Butterscotch Bomb and Ashy Oak for days. And 5% of the blend is a Redemption Cask Series straight bourbon whiskey finished in cognac, the most youthful in the blend with a soft cognac finish. That actually blows my mind, OH, because it didn't come off like some huge in-your-face cigar type of blend.
I would agree, but it tracks in the sense of like all those flavors. There was so many flavors that we're trying to get out, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what we said. There just wasn't. It just seemed like it was fighting itself.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's very good. It's very flavorful, but yeah, it just didn't. I mean. Yeah, compared to the others, I don't know. Yeah, that one's tough. All right. Another great blend here. All right, let's go to letter C. Once we have letter C, we will know who moves on. Letter C belongs to, and I feel bad because this guy is traveling. He's actually in Africa. So letter C goes to Bill Kavanaugh with Time Will Tell. So letter C was the one that we said was you said was packing tape. It was very
listen, packing tape's not a bad thing.
Yeah, great finish.
Yeah,
but a little bit flat on the front, like a Ken doll. So.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. So he did this in 2 stages. February 5th, 2023, he blended Knob Creek 18, Master's Keep Unforgotten, Lucky 7 14-year proprietor, Lucky 7 15-year proprietor. Then step 2, he blended 60% of the blend of that first blend I just told you. Then he added Lux Row 12-year double barrel, and then 10% of the 13th Colony double oak. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How in the world did that not have just an explosive front palate?
Which one? Which letter was this again?
C.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, like that's insane.
Wow. I mean, you would never know. That's nuts. Like that on paper is like, holy crap, that is the craziest big bold blend ever. But the front of the palate, maybe just from sitting and blending, that's what's crazy about these blends. You just never know.
Well,
which
it's like,
means,
and how stuff continues to open up. I mean,
yeah,
you kind of figured out the cadence of how long we want something to sit, right? Like stuff opens up and it completely changes.
So this is pretty funny because letter D, who is making it to the Fab Five, belongs to Danny Lopez, I should say, and the name of his blend is No JD12 no care. So I'm wondering if there is some Jack Daniels in that blend based on the name of that. So we'll see how far that blend gets. And the other winner goes to Andy Smith, letter B, with a bourbon train to Lynchburg. So congrats to Andy and to Danny. Holy crap. Absolutely unbelievable blends, guys.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We're not going to know exactly what's in those blends unless those guys, either get eliminated or make it to the final. So, Bourbon. Bill's blend might be the most expensive whiskey blend ever. Like, he put some freaking bangers in there. Jesus. Yeah, OH is Oisin Fraley. Yeah, basically. JG says, I'm so basic with my blend. Hope I'm on point. Sometimes that's all you need. Russell Meyer says, Jason, I'd be curious if the first and last Glens don't get through based on tasting order. If first and last really move on, maybe tasting in reverse order needs a re-rack.
I would say,
that's a thing.
Yeah, the answer to that for me is like, I've been doing this for a bit in the sense of like, I totally get that. And so Jason's correct in let's go one direction and let's go the next direction, right?
Yeah.
Because of how you first taste something when your palate's acclimating to it, absolutely can be different by the end. But when you go back the other way, and we kept going back and forth and kind of tasting stuff, I mean, it was the right. I mean, when somebody's coming to doing a barrel pick with High Bank or the barrel picks that I've been on at other locations down in Kentucky or whatever, you definitely can like understand if people have done this before or if they haven't done it before. So
this JD, no JD 12 no care. Holy crap, that thing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the two winning blends to the side, okay? And then you're gonna take letter E, letter A, and letter C. Whatever you have left. You got stuff left in there in those glasses?
No C, but I still have some C here, so I can.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're just gonna blend those three letters together.
So which one are we blending together?
We're gonna blend the blends. We're blending A, C, and E.
Okay, ACE.
Yep.
Got it.
ACE, and then we're gonna let that mingle for a hot second. And while we're giving that the old swirl job, Adam, why don't you tell everybody where to find you real quick?
Yeah, so if you're looking for High Bank, if you're looking for Whiskey War, which I recommend, barrel proof, we're in half the stores in the state of Ohio. We're all around the state, so you can find us at ohlq.com. If you're looking for our stuff, we are in Woods Wholesale. We just got into Michigan this past month. Woods Wholesale, Google it, woodswholesale.com as well. They will sell our double oak, our double oak, as well as our barrel proof and a few other things. I will say that double oak that we have, we only sent 120 bottles up. It's going to be gone very quickly.
Get the double oak.
Yes, the double is next level. And this is obviously unbiased, but it's also one best blend of whiskey in America. Some variation of it 2 years in a row. So it's excellent. So appreciate it.
So this is the Devil's Ace Hole. Apparently, that's the name of it. Devil's Ace Hole. Thank you, Mark Emenecker. Love you, man. All right, let's try this.
We may be able to. Okay, next charity bottle for something not so emotional and like important as the other ones, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe Jason, you get the Devil's Asshole to give out.
Okay. Yeah, I think people would be interested in it. If anything, it would be just
with how many barrels it's gone in. I'm gonna get like 150 bottles. That's it. So
dude, next time I come in, I cannot wait to taste that thing.
Yeah, you're gonna try the Devil's Asshole.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying it. All right, let's try this blend, dude. Here we go.
Caramel, vanilla.
Hey. It's actually not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's like, man, that's like in your face though.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And the finish went a little bit bitter for me.
Yeah.
But overall, blending the blends, I mean, that's what you do. But all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Again, I will not be live next week. Just if you're kind of keeping calendar order, I will be down in Kentucky doing a pick over at Green River Distilling. So I cannot wait for that. But we'll be back the following week as we get ready for the next rounds of Blendageddon, as we get into all the different blends that you guys are putting through. And if the first round is an indication of what the rest of it's going to be like, it's going to be a tough year. I want to thank Adam Hines from High Bank for coming on, helping me navigate through these really tough and delicious blends. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share with. Make sure you hit like, share the channel, subscribe before you take out of here. And I will see you next time right here on the Master and Drum. Take care, Adam. Cheers.
Appreciate it.